Hey, good morning, y'all. This is Ups Mosley. Thank you for checking out this video. I appreciate it. It's good morning, man. It's good to be alive. So I typically don't do these sorts of videos, and I always have anxiety with me. So just excuse me as I stumble through this. I've made like a ton of these videos. Um, like for like 60% of them, the mic was off. I actually have this mic right here, that I was trying to connect, but I'm running out of time. I have to go to work soon. So you're gonna get the shoddy setup with the shoddy camera and the shoddy mic. And I apologize, but uh, I will be doing a breakdown of my fight with Mata and Streetbeefs West Coast 9. And hopefully I have my full setup because I have some time to get it taken care of. So I appreciate your patience and yeah, I want to get into this here before I'm late for work. So I'm making this video because of the fight that I had mentioned with Mata. Now, there have been a couple of things I'd like to address. Just reading comments, and even before the comments, I knew there were some things I was going to have to address. So we'll get to, first things first was if you've seen the fight, you know that in the first round there was a toss. Um, there was there was a toss. I did that shit. Um, and I am sorry for it. But to explain how I'm sorry, you need to understand what I know about Mata. So, first of all, Mata is a man of many talents. He is an actor. I'm not sure if I should give his first name out, so I won't. Um, but if you're on the Street Beef site, you can probably find him. So yeah, if you're a fan of Mata, show him some love. He is an actor, so if you've seen in something, that's awesome too. Let him know. Really good guy. My background in martial arts is high school and middle school wrestling. 2 years of high school wrestling and 2 years of middle school wrestling. I was not a very good wrestler. Uh, I did it primarily for self-defense, and to get out of the house. I was going through some things, and it was just better to be away at the time. Uh, but I say all that to say I was never really, an aggressive kid growing up. I was more of like an imaginative kid. I like playing Zelda and stuff like that more so than I like shooters. Um, so that's my background in a nutshell. There's nothing else. All the preparation I've done for Street Beefs has been just sparring and doing drill work in like my living room or meeting up with people in their backyard. I've never been inside of a gym, nothing like that. Uh, I don't know any formal anything. So I'm speaking with Mata, and it's funny because I was talking to a good bit of people throughout the fight as fights were going on and intermissions were being held. I was the ninth fight on, so I was just meeting people and introducing myself and meeting a lot of the fighters I've seen, and just telling them I'm fans and just enjoying the atmosphere and the vibe really. And Mata was one of the people who I kept talking to. I kept, say some words to him, circle around, say some words to him, circle around. But I always see him, always have some conversation. We ended up pulling up a seat next to each other and just ended up chopping it up before each of us had a fight. And I didn't even realize it. He knew before I did, but that was my opponent the entire time. Like we're just talking, just having a grand old time. He was super comfortable, not tense at all, and I think he knew. So I thought this guy was slow rolling me. I was like, oh man, I've watched too much anime, and I've seen the old man just, hey youngster, how are you? And then just put the beats on you. So I was already apprehensive after I found out. I think he was the one who told me. He was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Who are you fighting?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm fighting you." It's like, oh man. Now I'm thinking, have I been telegraphing anything? Like, oh man, what did I say? Was I giving away technique? I don't know. But so nah, it was all love, and he told me that. And so we still chopped it up until literally until we had to go fight. And then we went in there and we both did our thing and he caught me so hard in the first round. I felt I was fighting behind. I remember I studied, boxing, fighters. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real big fan of watching old school fights. So I was watching a lot of Willie Pep at the time, a lot of Floyd Patterson, and I was juxtaposing that with a lot of um, uh, George Foreman. And so if you know those guys, you know that the first two are more light on their feet and kind of elusive, bend at the waist and do a lot of cool stuff. And George Foreman was more of a post and knock him down type of guy, use his strength to kind of create openings. So I was really trying to use a little bit of both in this fight. And so I went down to do kind of like a Willie Pep exit. And the first, I went down and I avoided the first punch and I was like, cool. But when I got up, he crowded me and I made a footwork error and he made me stand straight up. And when he made me stand straight up, he caught me because how he came in, my arms were kind of down like this. Like when I stood up, I kind of, so no, it was a really good move by, Mata and he caught me and I did not want to be hit like that again, man. So I was fighting from behind for the rest of the round, in my opinion. And he was doing this thing where he would come at me with his hands up, down, low, and just kind of try to push me into the wall. So he had done that a few times. I had held him a few times. He had grabbed my arm and held it a couple. Like we had done all of this before the throw, actually. So I thought, the rules were just kind of fast and loose. I wasn't gonna sweat it too much. They actually favored me if they allowed that sort of thing. So I wasn't gonna, complain about it. So yeah, the scene in question, he definitely puts his head down and rushes at me again. And as a wrestler, my instincts just kicked in. That's, as I said, that's the only muscle memory I have as a martial artist. It like he was moving fast at me. People were yelling. All I thought of was exit out the back. You know what I'm saying? And this allows the leverage to get them past you. So it was less about boxing and more like I'm fighting someone who hurt me. That's what you guys aren't getting. You're looking at it and looking at his size and age different, but we're in the same weight class. And like, don't sleep on Mata. Like, he will put a lot of people down. He might put you down. And he almost put me down. So don't don't do that to the man. It's wild disrespectful. Uh, 7 minutes. I got a little bit more time left. Um, so yeah, definitely don't treat him like he's like some feeble guy. He whatever they're saying in the comments. I'm not even gonna entertain anything directly, but you know what you're saying. Like, come on. Like, Matt is a warrior. He's cool with me. I'm cool with him. You should be cool. We had a good fight. Uh, Legitimately after the throw, like I have good sequences. I have good footwork. My swings are wild, but the knockout, like they were hitting like 50% of those punches, and then like the other two out of like the four uh uppercuts hooks, kind of like that like looping shovel. Um, they were going through his guard and doing something. So, I'm still learning. I'm definitely still learning. I don't have the skills a lot of these people do, which is why I have to use my physicality. Um, Now, when I get more skills, you're going to see that kind of even out. But, this is a backyard fight promotion. I don't have any belts. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just fun for me. We're not getting paid. Uh, so yeah, don't take this so seriously, guys. Like it's not that big of a deal. Mata's a great guy. I'm reading his screenplay, and in fact, whenever I get home, I'm gonna finish reading his screenplay. So yeah, you should give him some love if you can find him on the internet, and look out for my next fight. Let me shout out Streetbeefs, not only the West Coast branch who has great guys who run that thing and run it well, but shout out to all the branches, including the flagship, that started all this with Face and everything. Um, Shout out to all the fighters. Shout out to the Black Prime guys, or I guess the pay-per-view guys. I don't want to, mix things up, but shout out to the pay-per-view guys. For going out there and doing your thing. And shout out everyone who helped me and assisted me throughout this time. I'm getting more anxious and more self-conscious. I keep saying, and I notice it. So I got to go. I got to get to work. Ups Mosley, UPS Mosley. I'm nice with the delivery. I will be better. I will be back.